Hey guys, so I am typically very frugal and try to be wise with decisions when it comes to money, but I've been going back and forth on this idea of taking my daughter to a Taylor Swift concert. She's 15 and she really likes her, and I do too, but the frugal side of me is struggling with the price for a 3-hour experience. But then on the other shoulder, I've got this fun YOLO side that says, let's make the memories. So I just would like to talk through that.
Interesting.
Oh, my goodness. I have been involved in another very popular Taylor Swift call. So
I heard it.
You did?
Heard it. My daughter wanted it to be Rachel when I called in, I'm sure. Because she said, please call Dave Ramsey.
All right. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to listen along. I mean, we got to find out where you're at financially.
Yeah.
Right? So give us the picture. You guys got any debt?
Just our home.
Okay, just the home?
No debt besides the house.
Correct.
All right. What's the combined income?
It's right at $175,000.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How much are the tickets going to cost?
Probably $5,000, and then travel. So probably right under $6,000 for 3 hours.
Oh, so you have to drive 3 hours?
The tickets you're getting, are these like really?
We'll have to drive. We'll have to drive 7 hours, but it's a 3-hour experience.
Got you. 7 hours. So are you you're staying overnight in a hotel?
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
So $6,000 total for this trip. Is this for her birthday, or is this just because?
It's just because.
How are you going to buy the tickets? What would be the method of payment?
So I would sell some of my my employee stock purchase plan.
Okay, interesting. That's your retirement?
That's saving. No, it's separate from retirement. It's single stock.
Yeah,
single stocks.
Single stocks. Yeah, I'm going to wait for Judge Jade, but I've already reached my answer.
How much single stocks do you have? I'm just curious. How much in that?
So we have about 141,000 in employee stocks and about 50,000 in single stocks. So about right under 200 in both.
Okay.
Are these, by the way, are these tickets, and I'm asking because I'm completely clueless, Katie. Are these like really close? We're looking at $2,500 each, right? For 2 tickets?
That's a pretty good experience, right?
Wish. I was going to say,
not?
I wish. It's the fact that it's the last part of her tour, and so they're just really priced high for nosebleeds.
Oh, so those are nosebleeds at $2,500 a piece?
Yeah. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
That changes my answer, which is why I asked, by the way. Because
oh my gosh.
$2,500 was like, I was thinking that was Artist Circle or something.
Yeah, like I need to be
Is that where you were thinking?
Yes. I want the sweat to hit me for $6,000.
Nah, I could do without the sweat. In fact, if I'm paying $6,000, I don't want any sweat to hit me.
You don't want T Swift's sweat to hit you?
No.
Just right?
No.
Okay.
I don't want anybody's sweat hitting me. Certainly not hers.
Okay.
I mean,
right,
I got nothing against the Swifty sweat. I'm just saying, I don't want to be sweat on for that kind of money.
I'm going to let you know, Katie and
is this
Ken, I'm shooketh to my core. In a biblical sense,
so
that
what do
these
you tell
tickets
her?
are $6,000.
What do you tell her?
Listen.
Give me a specific ruling, please, because she's got the money.
She has the money. Actually, I have more questions about your investments than I do about Taylor Swift. But I mean, if you want to go, you can. I struggle with the seats for the money. That's where my struggle is. It's not on whether or not you can afford to do it. It's the value. It's the value in it.
Yeah, I'm there.
That's if I'm being honest, Katie. That's where my
Dave.
struggle is the value of the tickets. Not whether or not you can afford to spend $600,000 or $6,000 on a thing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You can afford to spend $6,000 on something.
Is that where you were leaning, Katie? Why'd you call us?
Well, I mean,
Which way were you
I can
leaning?
pay more. I'm struggling because I just like to be really frugal. But my daughter said, "Well, I'm almost 16, and
have you guys never done anything like this?
To be there? No, not the two of us.
Yeah.
No, we haven't. So
did I detect a hint of emotion just then?
Yes, because she said, "Well, we're just very frugal." And she said, like money's just money. It's so Yeah, so it is kind of emotional because I would love to go with her, but it's like, oh my goodness, it's a lot of money.
Okay,
I am ready.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to take a page out of the Stacy Coleman handbook, which is...
I'm unaware of this.
The Jar of Marbles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to take a page out of the Stacy Coleman, which is the days they go by and you don't get them back is basically the essence here.
Yeah.
And I think you have an opportunity to make a really cool memory, something you've never done before, and also prove that you can be a cool mom and you can come off the wallet every now and then and you can afford it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Boy, am I surprised.
I love that.
You could knock me over with a feather right now.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I thought you were coming in hot, but I'm going to say,
because they're so frugal. This is not a lifestyle for you guys of
no.
We just go hard in the paint all the time. You have the money.
Yeah.
You weren't planning on putting it on a credit card. You didn't mention points one time.
Yeah.
She's 15.
By the way, it's employee stock. It's not out of her retirement.
Right.
She said she's going to sell some things.
Mm-hmm. Do you have 3 to 6 months of expenses laying around for other things?
Yeah, we have about 30,000 in savings.
Okay. Yep.
I'm 100% in agreement with you, and for the reasons that life is short.
Yeah.
They have the money to do this.
Mm-hmm.
It is outrageous. You can't, if George were in here, he'd freak out because George can't spend money on anything nice.
But it will be so unforgettable for them.
That's what I'm saying. And to me, this is a priceless trip with your daughter. Katie, I also feel like I hear your heart saying, yes, let's do this. And your brain's going, hold the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And you thought, well, I'll call Ramsey and we'll get somebody else to talk to my brain.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, yes, it's a lot of money. Yes, it's overpriced. Completely overpriced.
Painfully overpriced.
But our daughters don't know this. And in the case that you can do this, this is about a memory. And one day she'll go, good grief, I can't believe you did that for me, Mom.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I do this.
But just don't complain. If you say, yes, I'm going to do it, don't be like, these seats are crazy. And don't just enjoy it. Enjoy it for the experience, because in the nosebleed, nosebleed sucks. Like, let's be honest about that. But
I'm going to actually push back on that. I have watched football games in the very top row of NFL arenas, and you would be surprised. These people know what they're doing.
Okay, let's go.
I think she's going to enjoy the heck out of it. The energy's going to be amazing. I'm okay with nosebleeds for this.
Okay.
It will be a good experience.
Yay.
But put aside some extra money for a T-shirt. This is The Ramsey Show.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Victoria is with us in Austin, Texas. Hi, Victoria. How are you?
Hi, Dave. I'm doing okay. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
I'm calling because I'm kind of in a tricky situation. I've been a stay-at-home mom for the past 2 years. I'm relatively young. I'm 23, and I don't have any kind of schooling. My husband's informed me that we're going to be getting divorced pretty soon, and I don't have much of a financial savings for myself to move on and get a place on my own or do anything. I don't have family to help me out. So I wanted to know, what would you recommend for me to do during this time? Do I do school full time and work? I mean, I really don't know where to begin. I know work is involved, but I don't want to be stuck in a minimum paying job.
How old is your baby?
My youngest is 2. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old.
And how long have you guys been married?
We've been married about 5 years.
And when did he inform you of his decision?
It was last week, but it's been several months leading up to this, so it's the legality of it's going to happen relatively soon.
Okay. Have you seen an attorney?
No, I have not.
You need to today. You need to start making arrangements on that today, because the only thing that the only information you've got about this situation is information he has given you, and it might not be accurate. Probably isn't. So what is his income?
His income is $50,000.
Okay. And do you all have any money?
No.
Neither one of you?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And are you living in a rental?
Yes.
Okay. And, all right. Well, you need to see an attorney because you need to at least find out what your child support and potential alimony looks like in this situation. And then that'll help you have some information to try to figure out what your next steps are. Right now you're dealing with some fear and some heartbreak. And so it's a little difficult to dream positively and say, goodness, I could be anything I want to be when I'm 33. 10 years from now, this is going to be a sucky memory, and I'm going to be a rock star doing X, Y, Z. It's a little hard to think like that right now, but that's your next step.
Okay.
Is to start thinking about, gosh, when I'm 33 or when I'm 43 and I'm making $150,000 a year, what am I going to be doing? What is it I could do because I could do anything I want to do. I'm only 23. I got the whole life ahead of me. There's a lot of cool stuff I can do and make this horrible mess look like a bad memory, because that should become what it is. And then once you say, I want to be one of those when I'm 33, 43, one of those, I don't care what one of those is. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of the old question you ask your little kid. You ask your 5-year-old, what do you want to be when you grow up, right? Of course, they always say a cowboy or a fireman or whatever, right? But, I don't know what you want to do, but you say that's what I want to do. Then you can decide if going to school is one of the things necessary to become one of those things.
Okay.
For instance, if you were going to be a residential real estate agent, you would not need to go get a 4-year degree. You could pass your license and take the pre-licensing courses and enter that field. I'm not suggesting that. I'm just giving you an example of a thing where I know lots of ladies who make, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year doing that, as an example. But and so if you had just automatically gone off to school and then decided you wanted to do that, you would have wasted the time and the money on the school because you would have gone the wrong direction. So let's figure out where you're going, and then what are the steps to get there, and how do we survive while we're taking those steps? How do I feed 2 kids on child support, pay rent, work, and get my degree in X or Y or Z, or take my classes in A or B or C? And you're just right now trying to just digest this pain and this fear. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it's more so digesting the fear and knowing what my future is going to look like the short term.
Yeah, you're kind of worried about eating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you in a good church?
No, I just moved here about 4 months ago.
From where?
Yet to find a place. Out in Austin, Texas.
No, from where did you move?
Oh, from Miami.
Okay. Is that where family is?
Yeah.
Okay. What about returning?
I don't think that's going to be something that I can do. I'd have to talk to an attorney and see if I'm able to. Yeah,
I think you're 23 and you have 2 little kids, and he's the one causing this. I think he's the one that's going to have a visitation problem, not you. You need to be what is good for you and these kids, and you need to talk to an attorney. You sure do, because that's one of those issues where he's telling you what something is that might not be true.
Yeah.
So find out what your options are, but I want to get you in an area where some people can get their arms around you and help you, whether it's your local church, your family, or both, those kinds of things. But you're in a strange city, stuck out here in the middle of nowhere, so to speak. Not that Austin is the middle of nowhere, but I mean for you it is, and you may need to return to some areas of comfort, and the courts may very well let you do that. They may very well. He's the one decided. He's the one pushing this, and so, it's going to cost him. I'm going to make him pay on some fronts here. That's where I am. So I'm sorry you're facing this. I wish I could be more help directly, but I want you to get an attorney. I want you to get together a long-term plan, and that will inform your short-term decisions on survival and on steps to take to have the great long-term dream life. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.
Learn more at chministries.org/budget.
So I'm currently 22 years old, and I'm struggling with the fact that my parents are kind of financially abusing me. I've been following the Ramsey baby steps. I'm currently reading the Total Money Makeover book, and I got my refund from school about in May, and it was close to about $4,000. It was exactly $3,999, and I used that money to pay off my Klarna debt, my car payment, and as well a little bit of my credit card payment. And they weren't really happy about that. They were just absolutely furious about me, saying that that was their money and about how the hard work they did to put me out here and everything like that. And my head's just spinning about it. And
Okay,
I'm
hold
not
on a
sure
second.
what to
Hold
do.
on, hold on, hold on. The money was a tax refund for money that you did, like W-2 money.
No,
sir,
school
it was
refund.
School refund, correct.
Yeah, but they paid. Did they pay for the school?
Oh, school refund.
Or did you pay for it?
So they were helping me through financial aid. We took out a loan, and as well, just through whatever else, federal work study as well.
So was this? Let me clarify, because the key word in student loans is refund, and refund sometimes means you took out a loan and the loan was too much for what school actually costs, and so they gave you the money back in cash, but it is still loaned money. Does that make sense?
Yes,
so
it
was
does.
this money that was still loaned money, or was this actual cash that you had from doing work study and you were given that as payment? Clarify that for me.
I believe it was a little both from the work study and from the loan.
Okay. And whose name is on the loan? Mom's and dad's, or yours? Who's the signer on the loan?
I believe it's mom and then me. I believe I'm the co-signer on it.
Okay. So where I'm seeing here is there's a lack of clarity on what's going on. So we do need to have that, because you need to know if you receive $4,000, if it's student loan money, you should know that, because you have the right to be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be on the hook for that. I'm not going to use debt to pay off debt, right? So understanding that's important, but it's spilled milk at this point. I can understand if it was loan money, if your mom was like, wait a minute, you took this loan money that we're both on the hook for to do this thing without consulting both of us because we're both on this loan. So I can see that. So I want to put that out there. But you used a really big word earlier when you said, mom and dad are abusing me with the money.
And
so
I see no evidence of that.
Show us that. Let us hear about that.
So the reason why I say that is because, one, when I got that money, my first instinct was obviously to put it towards my debt. And both my parents are both spenders. My dad works in the oil field. My mom doesn't work anymore. So I'm currently I'm in another state from I'm from Texas originally. I'm in another state working as well as in school, trying to pay all this stuff and all the things I can do. And they're helping me financially, but it's always about money, money, money. My mom just bought a brand new Mercedes. My dad spends money constantly on his new truck.
Okay. What's that got to do with you?
And right.
But what's that got to do with you?
It's just a money struggle. They've always been haggling me for money, as well as asking, when I ask for money, if I need it, they just never give it to me, or they're 50-50 on it.
Okay, so
But that's not abuse.
that's not. I don't think it's abuse. Like what I'm hearing, Ken, is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tyler. What I'm hearing is your parents are spenders. It seems like they always have the money when it's time for something for them, but when it's something for you, it's a big deal. And it also sounds like they've hit you up for money. Maybe you had your job in high school and they're like, hey, can you spot me a 20, that kind of thing, and they never paid you back. Is that the type of thing?
But like recently they've been wanting me to get a truck, and they want me to help pay a down payment, and I've been telling them that I don't want to do this.
Okay, then you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. Here's the thing. Your parents, you're 22 now. Your parents can make suggestions. They can even try to like strong arm you to do things their way, but you don't have to, my guy. Like you can say, I'm just not going to do that. And that might be them pushing some boundaries, kind of being, a little disrespectful, but I wouldn't go the line of abuse. Would you, Ken? I don't know that I would go to that line. I would
You're being very nice. I've heard enough. Listen, Tyler, there's two things, okay? Number one, I actually get your instinct. And your instinct to take that money and put it on debt, great instinct.
It's a good instinct, wrong move. Like right idea,
I'm
wrong.
I'm getting there. I'm saying it was the right instinct, but you should have communicated with the parents because they're involved in this financially. You can do both. And also be frustrated with them for all the stuff you're frustrated with them about and how they handle money. I see all of this together. But the reality is is that you, and Jade's right, you're 22 now, so now we begin the separation, and now we create a little bit better boundaries.
Yeah, you're right.
And she's right. You should have communicated much better on this deal. What's done is done. But let me be very clear. You need to stop saying they're financially abusing you, because this is not anywhere close to it. I'm not.
It's just disrespect.
It's dramatic. And by the way, words matter. So when we think that our mom and dad are abusing us, and then we tell somebody, and we tell two hosts on
the radio,
big giant show, then we've now become, we've come to believe something that's just simply not true, and then that colors how you handle things.
You're right.
They already handle money in a way that will continue to create tension for you going forward. That's clear. And by the way, good on you, young man, to go, I don't want to live that way.
Yes.
So I like the direction you're headed. All that to say, stop with this nonsense. Stop thinking it. Stop saying it. Stop feeling as though your parents are abusing you. They're not. And you just need to start to do things differently.
You do. And honestly, how much are the student loans?
So as of this moment, I checked last night. It was roughly about 40,000. But going into next year, I will be a junior, so it's going to be tacked on roughly maybe about 80,000. I transferred to the University of Tennessee.
Here's what I need for you. We took some time talking about mom and dad. I want to talk about Tyler for a minute, because you were talking about mom and dad's bad money decisions, bad money habits. Tyler, you are following in those footsteps right now, because you are taking on debt. And you're going to an out-of-state school, and you're doing all this thing, just racking up money. And I know that you're young, but you got to stop doing that, because you're going to come out of this thing with $80,000 of debt. And what's going to make it even more of a headache is you're going to be tied to mama. And so mama's going to be breathing down your neck every month talking about, where's the payment? You're messing up my credit, da-da-da-da-da. And that is going to jack you and her.
That's a great point.
If I were in your shoes, I would be thinking long and hard about, do I need this degree? Do I need to be out of state for this degree? Can I do it in my home state where I have in-state tuition? And can I do it someplace where I'm going at the speed of cash, I'm getting a job, I'm doing work study? Because $80,000 is a lot of money, especially when it's tied up with mom and dad.
This is a great point, because they overextend themselves all the time. And that's why that tension around money is always there. They have a scarcity mindset. That's what you described. And so tied to that, it's going to make your life miserable. So we prefer you not to have any more student loans, but if you're going to do student loans, do it without mom and dad attached.
At the very least. Do it in state, so that at the very least, listen, don't hear me say get student loans, but do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, I understand what both of y'all are saying, and I've done the math as well. Even when I originally did transfer, if I was looking back at other schools, and some schools were the exact same price of the same major that I wanted compared to here, and
what's
we
the
just
major?
ultimately came to that sports management. So
what say you, Ken?
Well, there's two ways to skin this one. There are a lot of people that would argue with me and debate me on you need a degree in sports management. And that's probably statistically true, not knowing that major super well. However, I know it's possible to get any of those jobs without a degree, because I can point to example after example. You got to get in. You got to sweep floors. You got to be a janitor, and then you work your way up to doing some type of analyst work. So it's possible to get into sports management without a degree. But I can tell you that my partner's right today. Nobody cares where you get your degree from.
They sure don't.
So, I know what UT costs for in-state students. I can't imagine what it costs for out-of-state students.
Tyler.
There's a better way.
Tyler, no one has ever asked me where I went to school.
I'm not even allowed to tell anybody anymore. She made me stop talking about it.
No one's ever even asked me what I got my degree in. Ever.
What'd you get your degree in?
Music, commercial music.
Well, that makes sense.
Concentration on vocal performance.
And now you're...
CHM isn't health insurance. It's a health cost-sharing ministry. Check it out for yourself at chministries.org/budget.
Brought to you by Xander Insurance. Identity theft protection isn't a luxury in today's world. It's a necessity. Get yours at Xander.com.
So I have kind of a tricky situation with my mom. My husband and I are doing great. We are on baby step 6. We're debt-free except our mortgage. And we are in the position of we provide a home for my mom. She was widowed in 2013. And my father passed away, leaving her with a mountain of debt, medical debt, debt they'd accrued over the years.
and she filed bankruptcy and then later sold her house. So she is sitting on about $100,000 left from that. But we provide a home for her. We charge her like a quarter of the rent that she would, because we built a mother-in-law when we built our house. My question is...
so she lives next door to you or adjacent to you?
Yes, we have like a shop apartment that she lives in currently.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so she's on your property. You're not providing her a standalone separate home. I got you. Okay.
Yeah, it's like an apartment on the property. It's separate from the
And
house,
how old is she?
She is currently, I believe she'll be 69 this year.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah. So when my father passed away, she decided not to get a job again. She wanted to be there for grandkids. There's, 7 children in our family and lots of grandkids. We've tried to advise her to get a job. She has not. So we provide her a place because she can't really afford rent. She's on like $2,000 Social Security. My problem is I have an older sibling who her whole life has been a series of just unfortunate decisions, and she's in one financial problem after another. And we found out that my mom has been paying bills for her and loaning her money and all of this out of pretty much a tiny nest egg that she hasn't invested. She's just sitting on. And my husband and I feel that we are supporting her financially and finding out that we have siblings who are taking advantage of her financially. I don't really know how to address it with her in a respectful way. That I love my mom. I don't want to, come down hard on her, but it's just tricky because we know we're going to be caretakers for her eventually. She really doesn't have much to support herself with. Anyway,
so basically the $100,000 that she had,
appreciated.
she's going to burn through it supporting the parasite siblings.
Yes, that's our concern.
Okay.
Have you talked to her about that?
Then you're going to be stuck with mom in the house, and you're going to be caring for your mom, and she's going to have Social Security checks all she's got to blow now.
Yes.
How close are we to that? Is 100 gone yet?
I just recently talked to her. She said she has like 109, and she's very cagey about being open with me about how much she's helped. But I do know she's providing bills, and this sister, she's recently divorced. She has 2 kids. She refuses to go to work more than 2 days a week because she wants to keep her government aid, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And
well, I guess you got 2 choices. You just tolerate this crap, or you tell mom you're going to stop this, or you move out. Those are your 2 choices, right?
yeah, they're harder to make.
Yeah, they're hard, but listen, your life right now, every minute you wake up, you're thinking about this. And every time one of your siblings texts you or calls you, you get insta rage. And every time you ask your mom a question and she's cagey, you say something like, well, you're in my house. Like, you're making yourself crazy. You're already having a hard life, is what I would say. And so you can keep having that hard life, or you can choose another hard life, which is to put all this junk on the table and deal with it. But either path is hard. One of them is going to bury you. One of them may clarify the whole thing or blow up the whole thing. Or you can
just make peace with it and go, she's going to piss the money away to the parasites, and she's going to live with us, and I'm going to go with that. And I'm going to quit worrying about it. You can make peace with it and let it run. That's not my style, but you could do that. That's a valid option. Staying where you're staying is not a valid option. You either need to put up some ultimatums and say, we're going to conduct this situation properly, and you're not going to support the parasites while you live here for free or virtually free. That doesn't work. If you're going to do that, you're going to have to find another place to live. Mom, I love you, but I'm not going to tolerate this behavior because I feel like I'm supporting the parasites, and it's against my morals to do that.
How much of this is you're not mad at your mom, but you're mad at your siblings?
Yeah.
It's not my mom at all. My mom, she's meaning well.
Most enablers are sweet people. They're just enablers.
Yeah. Have you ever
in your whole... My question... Well, I'm wondering if I should address my mom more with this, or should I...
It's the only way to stop. It's the only way to stop
corner
it.
the lion, the sister.
It's the only way to stop it.
Have you ever had a conversation with your siblings when they were like, you know what, you're right? Ever? No.
Particular one? No.
They're not going to start now. They're not going to take.
You want me to quit being a parasite?
I'm going to quit asking
I don't think so.
for free money. You're right.
Yeah.
I don't. That's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen. The only thing you can do is convince mom to cut them off, and probably the only way that's actually going to happen is if she believes she's going to have to move.
And you're not going to do that.
Yeah.
You're not. And so one more second spent thinking about your siblings is a second wasted on loving your husband, loving your life, doing something fun. Like, you're just wasting your energy because they're never going to change. Parasites like that don't change.
Yeah. Proof is in the history. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not going to. And so, I mean, you can address it with your mom and say, listen, I know this is going on, and I think you're out of control, and I really think you should stop because I think you're harming them. Because enabling is always harming the recipient, too. Because by giving your sister money, your sister money, you are giving a drunk a drink because she refuses to work, and now she gets to refuse to work. But if she didn't have the money, then she would go to work.
Yeah.
Or she'd sit on government assistance or whatever that she was going to do. But your mom's not helping her. She's harming her. Enabling always harms the recipient. And enablers always think they're sweet, kind people, but they're not. They're harmful people. Your mom thinks she's sweet, but she's not. She's harming. She's harming her own children, and she should stop it. That's what I would tell her.
Or in a...
I don't disagree.
In a even further extension of that, your mom's actually a parasite in a way too, because she's using her kids to feel better about herself because she won't have that hard conversation. You see how this just continues downstream?
Yeah.
She's using them to feel good about herself because she says she has to live in her other kid's house.
You know, at a minimum, I would say you're going to have to do two things, probably for sanity's sake. You do what you want to do. I'm just putting myself in your shoes because I don't think you're going to tell her to move. Might be the best thing that happened to her, but I don't think you're going to do it. And so I think you got to make peace with it, number one. Number two, I think you need to have a very clear, calm, but very direct conversation with your mother about her misbehavior. And she should stop it. The best ID theft protection is from Xandr. They not only monitor, they help you get your life back. Go to Xandr.com to learn more.
My father and grandfather passed away, and I've inherited what my father would have received. My husband and I are always arguing because I don't want to touch the money unless we purchase a house or invest it to secure our family's future. We are not responsible when it comes to money. We have saved an emergency fund of $10,000, and in less than 7 months, it was gone. My husband has always wanted to start a business, and now that we have a cushion, he wants to quit his job. I asked him to build some clientele before quitting his job because I know that he will use the inheritance to pay our bills and living expenses, and I'm not okay with this. How do we move forward? Ooh.
Well, I think Grace has a lot of wisdom here.
Yeah,
she's first of all
fair.
self-aware to say we are not responsible with money. And then she says, I know he'll use this money to basically just live our life, and that starting this business is not smart. He's got to build some clientele, and I would agree with that you shouldn't just up and quit your job and then hope because you've got this fund over here that you can blow.
That's right. But the problem is, Grace, is that there's obviously been a pattern here that's occurred with how you guys live with money, the fact that you saved $10,000, which is great, but then you spent it all. So the pattern of money is what needs to be addressed. And so that can be, pattern that you have, that your husband has. But either way, that's the core of the issue here is that the way you guys have handled money in the past will repeat itself unless you guys change course. And so that's what has to be addressed, in my opinion.
Yeah, how do we move forward? It's more relational than it is financial. We don't know the amount of the inheritance. We don't know if they have debt, their income, all of that. But I would hit pause on touching this inheritance for a long time until we're on the same page.
Yep, and the value system, that's what always gets couples. That's where the arguing comes. It's not usually about the money. It's the fact that how we see life and the way we want to do life is different, and that will cause conflict if you're not on the same page. So, yeah, I mean, even that's getting with a marriage counselor or a therapist and you guys working out, hey, what do we want our life to look like? That's the bigger question here. And money's just the tool to create that.
Well, there's an interesting piece of this. I want your take, Rachel. If you get the inheritance, but you're married to Winston. How does that? Obviously, it's our money, but there's still a piece of it where you have to be a good steward of the inheritance, of that legacy that was passed down to you.
Yeah.
And so it can't just be. I think it's Winston's like, well, I always wanted to start this business, so I'm going to use that money. It's still money that was given to you to use for your family.
Yes. I mean, I see it still as it's come into our family unit, but I think naturally you're going to feel, I think, a level of responsibility a little bit more emotionally.
Than the spouse.
Yeah. I mean, I would say the same is true. Winston's grandfather was very generous, and he left some things to the grandkids. And when that happened, I leaned more on Winston of, hey, what do you think? Because it's his grandfather. Like, right, there's a natural take there.
Yeah, like you both get a vote, but obviously.
Absolutely. But I think there's, I don't know. I feel that way.
Yeah.
But you both have equal say in it. I mean, it would be unfair to say, well, I'm going to go do whatever I want with this money because it was on my side of the family. That's not a team aspect, right? That's
Agreed.
not the perspective you want.
But that's the most interesting part of this question, on top of the relational aspect of just getting on the same page about what we're going to do with this. But I would not go blow it on some harebrained business idea.
No. Whenever you want to transition into a business like that, we always say the most ideal way to do that is to have some footing that
small.
You can actually support yourself there, so that it's not this big stressful thing, right? Because starting a new business, that's a blessing. Like that's such a gift.
Even at Ramsey, if we launch something new, we don't just go launch it. We test it,
right.
We verify it, we get the team, the resources, and we do it with cash. And so that's very smart.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Eric is on the line in Los Angeles. Hi, Eric. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey, thanks. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. How can I help?
Well, so I did my yearly budget for 2018, and I did my net worth, and I got to get after it, life or death, gazelle intensity. I'm looking at probably working 7 days a week with Saturday night and Sunday night off, but my wife, she's really not on board with it. And so my question is, I mean, is there a point where you just forge ahead and drag your spouse behind you, or, I mean, how does that work?
Okay, so what is the goal you're trying to accomplish with all this work?
Well, I mean, number one, I got to make ends meet, but number two, did the net worth, and I'm negative $192,000.
Yeah, but I mean, you have a lot of debt.
Yeah.
Okay, personal debt other than your home?
Don't own my home. It's all personal debt. It's a little bit of everything. It's student loans. It's taxes. It's medical bills.
Wow. And that totals.
Yeah,
that totals
it's everything. It's everything you say not to do.
That totals $192,000.
Yeah.
How much of that student loan debt?
Probably about 30 of it.
Okay, and what's the rest of it?
About 70,000 of it is actually tax debt.
Oh, so how'd you end up $70,000 owing taxes?
Well, because I have a child support that I have to pay, and it's quite high. And just cost of living here in California, and cost of insurance. I'm sorry. You
child support does not cause you to be $70,000 behind with the IRS. How'd you end up behind with the IRS?
If just budgeting month to month, if I pay child support and pay insurance and try to keep a roof over my head and pay taxes, it couldn't do it. So I'm paying the very minimal.
So you're self-employed. So you're self-employed.
Say again?
You're self-employed.
No. I work for a company.
Yeah, but how did you not pay your taxes? You're under withholding that much?
Yeah, I'm claiming like married and 9.
Okay, so what is your household income?
$87,000.
Okay, well that's not working, dude. You got to get the taxes right, because the IRS is going to kill you. Their penalties and their interest is higher than any other thing you can do. So 70 of the 192 is back taxes, and student loans is 30. So that's 100 of the 192. What's the other big pieces?
We owe probably about 50 on 2 cars.
Okay.
And then the rest
which car
of it
is the most expensive?
I'm sorry?
Which car is the most expensive?
Probably we picked up a car from CarMax. It was kind of an emergency situation, and so we had to pick up an extra car last year. And that's
what do you owe on it?
Right. I think the 10-day payoff on it is like $18,000 or so.
Then the other one has to be more expensive if you owe $50 on cars. You owe $32 on the other car?
I'm sorry?
You owe $32 on your other car?
Yeah, about.
Okay. You got cars you can't afford. Your cars are way out of control.
I'm paying $1,000 a month just in vehicles.
Yeah,
that's not gas or insurance or anything.
Yeah, you're dying here. You got to sell the car.
Man.
These cars got to go, both of them, and you got to get a couple of beaters while you work your way out of the rest of this mess. And so I think what you need to do is not announce to your wife that you're going to work all the time. I think you need to sit down with her and say, hey, let's look at this together. And you start unpacking these numbers and showing her, we make 87 and we have this much in debt here and this much, and we have this car debt and we have this and this and this. And when you lay all that out in front of her, if she is a grown-up, she's going to freak and say, yes, you have to work all the time. And yes, we have to start selling some stuff. And yes, but if she's a child, if she's just a little girl, a princess, then she's going to go, well, you just do whatever you need to do then, and she's going to just, be a butt, in which case you need marriage counseling. But I think she doesn't have the information. I don't think she's a child. I think you just announced to her, like you did these stupid butt car purchases and not holding enough out on your taxes, what you were going to go do, instead of sitting down and showing her where you all were and why you need to work like a maniac. I agree you need to work like a maniac because you got a real mess. You got to sell some cars. You got to get on a really tight budget. This family's going to have to change a lot of stuff, Eric. You are about to hit the wall, man. You're not far from it at all. Hold on. I'm going to send you a copy of the book, The Total Money Makeover, to try to help you too. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hi. I was just calling because my wife and I are trying to save for a house. And I've talked to her about having a budget. And for some reason, she says that we can stick to a budget. And I have just used my notes app on my phone and talked about it with her. But it seems like it's like $10 here, $20 here, $50 here. And it adds up. And I don't think she really realizes it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just calling to ask how I can talk to her about it in a way where she can get on board. And then, how she can, stick to the budget that I'm wanting to stick to, if that makes sense.
So there could be two things at play. It could be that the budget is not quite realistic enough. It could be. I don't know. I always say that budgets should be three things: detailed, realistic, and flexible. So just that first pass here, there's part of me that thinks it's probably not hitting the mark in one or more of those areas. Did you tell me that you're using the Notes app to budget, or you're using the Notes app to decide what to say to her?
No, we've just written down all of our expenses and then all of our how much we make and then all of our expenses per month.
Okay, so that's another part of this. Having the right tool is what's going to make budgeting something that you can stick to and that you can do for the long haul. It makes it more enjoyable. It's really hard to stick to a budget that's written just in the Notes app. I'm just going to tell you that. So I think here, what we need here is the right set of tools and the right set of parameters and how to work the tool. So before you leave today, I'm going to get you set up with EveryDollar. It's the best budgeting app there is, because on it, it's not a Notes app. It's a really great app that you can have on your phone. It's on her phone. It's working with you in time. So if you make a purchase on your phone, she sees it on her phone. And it's something as simple as, hey, I'm going to the grocery store. I just need to see how much we can spend. And you open up the app and it says $300 and you're like, great. And then when you make that purchase at the grocery store, you spent $50. It automatically goes into the app. And now you can see, now I only have $250 left to spend. So it's going to do that math for you and it's going to keep you guys on top of your numbers. I think that's going to go a really long way. And then it's going to help you to see, okay, the numbers that we said, are they accurate? Does this actually work with our life? Because it's possible, Nick, that she's going over budget because what you've said is just not a realistic amount. Could I be right about that, or?
Yeah, possibly. I feel like just her like knowing like how much is left or how much we like is in the budget to like go out to eat and stuff like that. Like we have like a budget for that, but I feel like it always goes over.
But it's also a notes app, so you're constantly like, it's almost like an old school ledger that you're having to.
Yeah, no, I guess you mean like the app or whatever you're talking about. I feel like seems like something a lot more practical.
Do y'all do this budget together? Or do you sit down and say, or do you tell her?
I sat down originally and wrote it out.
Yeah, you did.
And we sat down together
Yeah.
and looked at it together and went over it together and agreed like, hey, this is not right, this is right, and then we should change a few things, but that didn't seem to work.
How long have you been doing that?
6 months.
Okay. I give every dollar a try and see if it helps. Next thing I want to know is the area that the areas that she's going over. Is it the same areas every month?
Yeah, it's mostly just shopping and eating out.
So you're both eating out, or only she's eating out?
Or she'll typically on like her lunch break from work, she'll eat out.
Got you. Okay, so she's going out for lunch. And then what's the other area you said? Shopping, like for clothes?
Like shopping.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next question is, what baby step are you guys on?
We're debt free, and we're pretty much saving for a house. We don't have any debt.
How much have you saved so far?
Currently renting. What?
How much have you saved so far for the house?
$24,000.
Okay, good. And what's the goal?
We're trying to get it as high as possible, but our goal was originally 80,000, and it hasn't really changed. Like the past 4 months, we haven't really made any progress on saving more.
Okay, let me ask you this. I'm just trying to get to the core because I don't want to say anything that's not quite right. How long did it take you to pay off your debt and save up the 3 to 6 months before you started this?
Most of it was done. Most of it was done by me before we had gotten married. So I feel she didn't have any debt. I paid off my debt before we got married, and
so she didn't have debt. She comes into this, and it's like we're in saving mode, basically for the whole marriage. Okay,
Nick, you keep saying we. There's no we here. You paid off debt. You built a budget. You want to buy a house. She wants to eat lunch with her friends and buy clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I also ask another probing question?
She wants to buy a house. She tells me she's so passionate about it. She can't wait to do it. She wants to do it.
Yeah, but behavior is a language. So she's being pretty clear about what she really believes.
Uh-huh. What is the clothing budget? What is the food, the out to eat budget?
Like we've said, for eating out, for her, we said once a week go out and eat, and I said $10 a week, once a week. That's what we agreed on.
So $40.
Yeah.
And then what's the $40 a month, and what's the shopping budget?
And then we had originally agreed on going once a month shopping with a $50 budget of that.
Okay. And what's you guys' income combined? What's your combined income?
100,000.
Okay. I think that she feels a little suffocated. She's like, we make $100,000 a year. I'm working. He's working. I want to spend more than $40 on restaurants. And maybe I want to spend. So when she goes over shopping, I'm trying to meet in the middle because I'm not saying she's right and I'm not saying you're wrong. When she goes over budget for clothes, how much does she go over?
She's spending $300 a month the last few months on clothes.
Okay, she's tripping a little bit. Let's be honest about that. So maybe it's, hey, I noticed you're going over. $50 isn't cutting it. Can we go to $150? Can we go to $100? Try to meet her in the middle, because what I think could be happening, and John, you could pop in here, but I think she's like, we don't have any debt. We've got 3 to 6 months of savings. I don't want to feel so tight. I want a house, but I don't want to feel so tight. That might be going on. try to meet her halfway on that. And other than that, it's you guys sitting down and having a big kids conversation about, do we want a house or do we not want a house? And maybe it's you rolling out the numbers and saying, hey, if we keep going at this rate, we're not going to have a house until the year 2034. You know what I mean? And it's just you being honest about what's actually going on, and then, you know, see where it goes from there.
Create your free EveryDollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.
Today's question comes from Andrew in Texas. He says, I'm a 27-year-old Army vet in graduate school, and I receive compensation due to disabilities that happened in the service. My parents are divorced, and both have provided for me and my brother in the past. My dad recently asked me to help pay $1,800 for watch repairs. Wanting to both please my dad and out of fear of emotional backlash, I did so, but I complained to my mom about it because I needed to vent. Mom texted dad about my complaint, and he guilt-tripped me by saying, how many cars have I provided for you? And said he's, quote, tired of the one-way street of giving. Do I owe my dad anything? If not, how do I go about saying no to financial assistance requests? Oh, boy.
I wish Papa was on the line right now.
There's a great quote about this. I can't think of it, Jade. It's like uncommunicated expectations equals future resentment or something like that.
Listen, that's a great quote. Let's go with that.
I just feel like this dad in this giving, well, I gave you all these cars when you were younger. I wish my dad told me, hey, son, I'm going to give you these cars, but one day you're going to owe me some money. And when I ask for any money, you just have to give it to me. That's part of the deal. And I'd say, then I don't want these cars, Dad. This is a very awkward situation from Dad. I don't think it's fair to the son. You don't owe anything to your dad.
No. If he chose to buy you cars over the course of your, you know, from the time you were 16 until 27.
It's a decision he made as a grown adult.
Yeah. And by the way, just as a parent, the one-way street of giving, when we have kids, we are called to, we're their steward. Like we get to be in their lives and steward them and teach them how to be adults and raise them up to go into the world. It's not about us getting something back at the end of it in return. If you go into it like that, listen, you're setting yourself up for some dysfunction, which is what's taking place right here.
Can I just offer a hot take? I don't think parents should ever ask their kids for money.
I don't either.
Is that like very controversial?
Listen, no, it's not, George. The only time I'm thinking, listen, I'm trying to think of every possible situation.
My parents have never asked me for money.
No.
I can try to think back. I don't think it's ever happened.
If I was in a situation where this was not my situation, but if I grew up maybe where there's a single dad or a single mom raising, if I was 16, if we were maybe in a part of the country where it's just been really tough, there's not a lot of jobs, or maybe we're trying to break a cycle, like we're in the midst of trying to break a cycle, I could see it's like, hey,
help support this family.
If you wanted to help support the family and help break everybody out, I'm not mad at the idea of it kind of being a family effort in certain situations, but give me $1,800 to fix my watch. Or it's more like, listen, I'm 16, I got a job at McDonald's, I'm trying to help my single mom make rent, and Junior decides to give some of that money. Listen, I'm not mad at that, but $1,800 to fix my watch?
So I'm trying to think, if I'm Andrew, I got to approach my dad. I'd probably say something like, listen, Dad, I'm so grateful for everything you did for my brother and I, to raise us, to give us a great home, to provide for us in this way, and for all of the past support. But here's the deal. I'm limited now. I'm trying to approach my own financial goals and prioritize my financial well-being. And as much as I want to give, I can't do it financially. And I have to set this boundary and prioritize my needs right now.
And zero apologies given.
And you don't need to say, I'm so sorry, I'm the terrible son. Don't let him guilt trip you.
No.
If the relationship isn't worth that, and truly there's not much of a relationship if it's based on this financial transaction. If this is the make or break for him talking to you and being involved in your life, I'm sorry. But you had a dad, and now he's become someone different.
Yeah, and clearly this has happened before, because he already has the quote, fear of emotional backlash. Like he already kind of knows what this is going to look like.
So you can offer him other ways of support of, hey, Dad, I'd love to sit down with you and look at your budget. If he's willing to do that and you want to sit with him and walk him through some numbers and show him how to afford things and maybe gift him a book, that'll help him, that's great. But you're not going to sit here because you know what happens? He gives him $1,800. He's going to be getting hit up next week.
No, yeah, that's right. That is so true. Yeah, I think
that's why I never give to the Alumni Foundation, Jade. All of a sudden, they're hitting you up. They marked me on the list going, this guy's got money.
That's so true. That's hilarious, George. Yeah, this situation, this just makes me mad, man. I'm going to cross it out.
Not okay, parents. Don't do this to your kids.
Yeah, Andrew has nothing to feel bad about.
Create your free EveryDollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.
My wife, for the last 2 years, has wanted to get a mommy makeover. And I haven't heard an answer to this question yet, so I figured I'd give you guys a shot. We collectively make about $180,000 a year. We have two businesses that we own and operate. And last year, we jumped on we completed Financial Peace University, and we paid off $25,000 worth of debt that we had.
Way to go.
Currently, thank you. Let's see. We cut up all our credit cards, and we have a net worth of about $950,000.
Wow!
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's been a hard road, but last year I decided to spend some of my free time working more and open up a handyman business, and I added about $75K on top of our regular income last year.
Way to go.
So is that on top of the 180, or that's what you're at now?
That's on top of the 180K.
Wow, good job.
So you upped it to 250. Is that sustainable? Do you want to continue doing that?
I turned 42 in March, and I want to kind of work hard in my 40s, so hopefully it pays off, and we can retire when we want to sell the businesses in our home and get out of Washington.
Sure.
Good.
So,
what's your question today?
How much is the mommy makeover?
It's somewhere between $28,000 and $35,000, and I have about $50K set aside on top of our
emergency fund.
Emergency fund. Thank you.
Okay.
Is that what you earmarked it for? The $50,000? Is that what you guys said this money is for, or was it originally for something else?
No, we've been putting it away for this, as well as I have a daughter in college, and that our responsibility for her is about $14,000 per year, and we've been paying that, in full in cash when it comes about. And my son just got braces and paid that in cash. And
so you're cash flowing everything. There's no worry about the future and retirement and kids' college, and you've got some extra money, and you want to do the selective surgery for her.
Listen, Mama's getting a new lease on life.
Yeah,
Mama's getting an upgrade.
She is amazing, and she has trouble spending money on herself. And so, I told her I've been putting this money aside, and I want to pay for it for her. And
does she want the surgery, or does she want it, or is this a you thing?
No, she wants it.
Okay,
I'm
just
happy
checking.
With the way she is.
Okay.
She's been going through a health thing and getting herself in shape and changing her diet and all this stuff. So this is kind of the icing on the cake for her.
For the good of the group, and knowing this is a family-friendly show, can you entail what this $35,000 includes?
It would be a tummy tuck.
Okay.
And a lift.
Okay, good.
Got it.
Good.
Here's the thing. I think guys do more to their forerunners and spend more on that. So I got no problem with the selective surgery for all the guys. But I can't believe she spent all that. Listen, bro. Let's talk about that underlight LED kit you needed to have.
Live like no one else, so later you can live like no one else. That's what it's about.
Right. I want her to be happy with her body and happy with herself, and I think that she deserves this so much. So
yeah, I think you can afford it. You guys have been really smart with your money. Congratulations. You guys are young, and you've done a lot. And my only question would be, are you guys done having babies?
We are.
Okay.
Yes, no more babies for us. We got.
And are you having an elective surgery?
You don't have to answer that. My money. My play money goes to cars.
Got you. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys have done really well. You're doing it by the book. You guys are debt-free with the emergency fund. You're cash flowing everything in your life. You're on the verge of being a baby steps millionaire. And so this might be a shock to a lot of people listening. I can't believe they said Listen.
Do it.
We never said don't spend money. I'm a frugal guy, but once you hit that different place financially, they make a great income.
Yeah.
It's a small part of their world, and they're super young.
Yeah, I love it for them. That's a really, really good treat that they get to enjoy because they've done everything right.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life. Nilo's with us in Las Vegas. Hi, Nilo. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Better than we deserve. We're goofballs. What's up?
So I'm almost close to paying off my debt. I got a couple of thousand, like $4,500.
Good for you.
So I don't have any hard debt. I don't have a car payment. I don't have a house. It's just loans and stuff I need to pay off. So right now in Las Vegas, the housing is ridiculous. I want to buy a house. That's my goal. As soon as I get off debt, I want to plan for my future. So the way the market is just so bad right now. So I was trying to talk to my girlfriend. I think it's a good idea for us just to invest into a trailer home. Like not an old RV on wheels you pull with a pickup, but like a good stationary mobile home. I've been looking in the market. There's some for like $20,000, $30,000.
So if you buy a $20,000 mobile home in 5 years, what do you think that's worth?
I know it's going to depreciate.
So why is that an investment? Investments are supposed to go up, Nilo.
Right. I guess it's not an investment.
So if you turn $20,000 into $10,000, how's that help you get a house?
Well, because I was thinking if I could pay it off quick enough, I'll be able to live there long enough so I could save a good chunk down payment to get my forever home.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, run that math out for us. If I pay it off quick enough, I'll be able to save money. So you would be adding debt, and you're almost done.
You're going to turn $20,000 into $10,000 so that you can have a little bit of time with no payments.
Mm-hmm.
That's not working, dude, mathematically.
Okay.
So I appreciate your thought pattern, but yeah, it's what I love is your motivation. I want to be in the game. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I love that about you.
What's your income? What are you doing?
I'm a union carpenter. I make $42 an hour.
Woo! Come on.
So last year, but I mean, it's off and on. Sometimes I'll work a good solid 8 months, and then I have like 2 months off. Last year I did about $70K.
Hey, Nilo, listen to me.
If you're making $70K, why aren't you saving money?
Yeah.
Well, I've been trying to pay off debt. I've been trying to.
Oh, that's true. You got the $4,500. How much debt have you paid off, and how long?
I paid off about 15. My main debt was I bought a brand
15
new car.
And how long? How long did it take you to pay off 15?
15. It took me about a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Why? You make 70.
Right.
What are you doing?
I guess it's not being smart with my money.
Well, you're also not working. You're not working 12 months. You're working 8 months. Can I just tell you something? I want to challenge you, Nilo. Listen to me.
Yeah, because construction is off and on.
Yeah, listen. Hold on a second. I want to challenge you. Okay. So you need more money right now. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, you do. You need more money to get out of debt, more money to get an emergency fund, more money to save for a house. Now, listen to me. There is a shortage of carpenters in the United States. So if you can't get some work related to being a carpenter and you're a good one, you're making really good money. If you can't get that in Vegas, which I'm challenging you on that.
Oh, he can't. He just can't get union work.
I get it. But my point is what else can you do outside of union work?
Hey, if they're not working you can work outside the union, can't you?
Yeah.
Yes,
I do. I have a non-union company. My rate goes down significantly. I get paid only $23 over there.
Oh, darn!
So every time there's shorter work,
that's better than zero 4 months a year.
Yeah, and not to mention, let's just talk about my father-in-law is 72 years of age, and he is busier than he's ever been in his life in a neighborhood here in Williamson County doing reno stuff. There's all kinds of money in Vegas. You should be making huge money 12 months a year. That's my challenge.
How old are you again?
I'm 24.
Okay, cool. Well, listen, you have the ability. The good news is you have a desire and an ambition. Yep. That's good news.
Yep.
The good news is you've already been working to get out of debt. That's the good news. The other good news is you ain't afraid of hard work and you know how to make some money. I think you can dial this in and make a whole lot more. I believe you guys, if you're really careful, could double your income.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to really focus on it to get there. And then you got to quit partying. You are drinking a lot.
Eating out, so I'm not oblivious. I know what I'm.
You're drinking all weekend, man. I mean, you're going every happy hour.
Maybe you've been hitting the blackjack table.
Somewhere the money's going because there is no excuse for the kind of money you're making and you got nothing.
Yeah.
It's party time.
Stay out of the
so,
MGM.
Yeah, you're going to have to work on some stuff here, man. And you do that, all of a sudden the money's just going to like start showing up because you're going to quit blowing it all.
Yes.
But, I mean, you're running around with the wrong crowd. You're running around with broke people on the weekend, and they're helping you join them. So I could be wrong, but I've been there myself, so I might know something.
Yep.
It's how you lose your hair. I'll just tell you ahead of time. But
that's what happened.
That's what happened. Who knew? Yeah. So anyway, there's a correlation between the quality of your personal habits in your life and your ability to build wealth.
That's right.
So you do those things. So you and your girlfriend clean up your act and start focusing on your goals and your career goals and your income goals, and then you're going to be able to build up a down payment in 24 months and buy a house.
That's right.
Without the girlfriend, unless she's your wife, by the way. Never buy a house with somebody you're not married to, and please don't buy a trailer that goes down in value. Get control of the guy in your mirror, buddy, and you do that, you're going to win. You got a lot of potential. You're a good man.
Yes.
Hold on, we're going to put you through Financial Peace University, our class on how to handle money. We're going to show you how to do this, and you call us back someday and tell us how you're winning, because I jumped on your case. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.
Now, let me set this up very briefly, and we're going to pause it a few times, so stay with us. This is a very popular and viral TikTok, and this is a real sentiment. I want you to understand something. We're not about to show you this and destroy and criticize and belittle the sentiment. We will take issue with some things factually, but understand, and I want to set this up properly, there are millions and millions of Americans, George, who feel the way that this gentleman feels. So take this with a shaker of salt and understand this is why we do what we do here at Ramsey Solutions. Let's roll the video.
If you're making less than $25 an hour right now, you should be terrified. If you are making less than $25, you're going to be very pissed off by the time we get to the end of this video.
All right, pause.
This information here is going to scare the
All right, pause. First of all, okay, what he just said there is not true. You'll be fine if you're making $25 an hour.
We don't go viral on TikTok without some fear-mongering, Ken.
Boy, scare the whoop out of you, he said.
You're not going to sleep tonight if you make less than $25 an hour.
Okay, this is absolute nonsense, but a lot of people feel this way. All right, now, George will tell you how we can do this later. Let's keep going.
I just spent some time looking at some monthly averages of regular costs of living all across the U.S., average costs. And I put them all in a spreadsheet and did all the math for you so you can see exactly what this big picture is here. So these are just normal expenses that most single consumers have, and this is all of them laid out national average right here. The average cost of an apartment is $16.59 a month. With groceries, you're going to spend $500 on that, and you go down a list here. But add all that up, you're looking at $32.85 a month just in your cost of living expenses, which means to break even.
Pause. Now, George, I'm going to let you step in here, but I pointed this out on my show. We're already a little bit out of whack here when you look at just the average vehicle payment. The average used car payment is just a shade under $700 a month.
Insane.
So we're not even working with real numbers here. All right, and then let's just point out that what if you didn't have that car payment? How far would that go, George?
1,000%. Well, one of the reasons people don't have margin is because they are living with payments, giving all of their hard-earned money to lenders every month, and they think, well, this is the path. This is how I get financial freedom. This is what success looks like. But we teach no debt, pay for things with cash, get reasonable used cars. And so this is a big part of the picture of why there's no margin in this person's budget.
That's right. And that's why I pointed this out, America. He's saying you can't make enough. This whole video is if you should be making way more than $25 an hour, which, by the way, I'm for that. That's what I spend a lot of my time doing, helping people make really good money. But to say that the man is keeping you down when we don't even have the car payment correctly put in this budget. And people think that that's just something they've got to carry around. So, all right, let's keep rolling.
And just squeeze by paycheck to paycheck, you have to be making $32.85 every 4 weeks. So this is calculated at your monthly income at a 40-hour work week, so it's your hourly rate times 160 hours for 4 weeks in a month. So I don't believe anybody should have to work more than a 40-hour week just to survive. Now this tax column represents how much you'd be paying each month in taxes after you add up all your withholdings. I figured this out by looking at my pay stubs from the last time I was an employee about 6 years ago. So you got your gross income, you got your net income after you pay this tax, which would go in this column. I didn't fill it all in. The first time you see a number higher than this number is at $25 an hour. And it could even get worse than that because chances are you're going to be paying more than 16% in total withholdings. Add anything like child support or alimony to that and forget about it. So this leaves you with very limited options. You either have to kill yourself working way, way too many hours, or you've got to figure out a way to make a ton of money.
Pause.
And also keep in
Pause. Sorry, there's the
Love
false
those two
narrative.
options, Ken.
All right, George. That's what I wanted you to weigh in on, because I weighed on this on my show. But this is a false choice.
Well,
Kill yourself.
Most people lose hope because they back themselves into a corner and decide there's only two choices, Ken. Either kill myself working jobs I hate, or that's it. That's it. This is the only path.
Yeah. So you looked at the spreadsheet. There's no advice in this TikTok about controlling spending.
No. So
what issues do you have?
If you're just listening, you're not seeing the spreadsheet. But outlined here, the first number is rent at $1,659, which he claims is the average rent in the U.S. I don't buy that. Now, if you're on the coast, you're in some higher cost of living cities, yes. But let me tell you, Ken, if this is based on a single person, let's say a single young guy,
right?
That's kind of who he's talking to in this video. Well, I was not living by myself in a nice apartment when I was a single young guy in my entry-level job. I had a roommate. You might have multiple roommates. And so to be paying $1,659 is insane. I would say, well, time to get a roommate. That cuts your rent down to $825, and it just gave you $800 in margin back in your life. Now let's pay off that car because you're paying $400 a month towards that car payment, or you sell the car. That's an extra $400 back in our life. Now, look what happens, Ken. We have an extra $1,200 of margin that we can breathe.
Don't forget the streaming. He's got $37 down for streaming,
and
which
we
you
can cut
don't
the subscriptions
have to have.
down. Yes.
You know.
So there are ways to trim the budget. The question are, what are you willing to do? Because don't tell me you can't. Don't tell me you can't get a roommate. Just say you're unwilling to get a roommate. And this is for a short period of time we're sacrificing. Number one, Ken would say, well, we can help you get your income up.
That's right.
If you don't have enough to make ends meet because of your cost of living, and by the way, $40,000 can go a long way in Idaho, and it may not go a long way in L.A.
And there's the other part of the narrative. So the one is kill yourself working crazy amounts of hours, or go have to make more money. Like, that's a bad thing. The way it's positioned is like, or get a job where you make more money. Oh, like, have to bust it. I can't quiet quit, right? I got. Instead of quiet quitting, how about some gritty greatness, George?
Ooh.
How about that?
That's a new one
Well,
for me.
nobody's talking about that.
Well,
you know?
Ken, we know this, and we're confident about it because we meet people every day, Main Street folks who come to our debt-free stage, and guess what? For a short period of time, they worked extra. They worked more than 40 hours a week. They worked 60 hours a week because they wanted to sacrifice for a short time instead of being in pain for a long time, which is where most of America finds themselves, living in mediocrity for 20 years because they don't want to sacrifice for 2, which, by the way, is the average amount of time it takes for our folks to get out of debt.
I'm going to tell you where this kind of, and again, a lot of people feel this. I get it. But when it's positioned as though you are a victim, and this video, whether meant to be made this way or not, is all about making the person who watched this video feel like a victim, as opposed to saying, wait a second, you don't have to accept this. This isn't some sentence. This may be a season of your life, but it's not a life sentence. The hamster wheel is not your miserable plot that somebody more powerful than you has bestowed upon you.
Yeah. And it
Where's
starts with
individualism?
believing that it can be different, and then actions that lead you towards freedom long term. And that's exactly what we do. We have a solution. We're not just trying to rile you up about the problem. We want to show you a way out, show you hope, instead of these hope stealers out there telling you it's everyone else's problem and you're not the solution. This is The Ramsey Show.
Good article in the Washington Post over the weekend, and I tweeted out the link over the weekend. A guy tweeted it to me, actually, is where I found it, and I sent it back out. And listen to this. As she was getting on in years, her resources dwindled. Virginia Rayford took out a special kind of mortgage in 2008 that she hoped would help her stay in her 3-bedroom Washington row house for the rest of her life. Rayford, 92, took advantage of a federally insured loan called a reverse mortgage that allows cash-strapped seniors to borrow against the equity in their house that is built up over decades. But the risks of the financial arrangement are stark, and today the frail widow finds herself facing foreclosure. Under the terms of the loan, Rayford can defer paying back her mortgage debt that totals about $416,000 until she dies, sells, or moves out. She is, however, responsible for keeping up with the other charges, namely the taxes and insurance on the property. The loan servicer, NationStar Mortgage, says Rayford owes $6,004 in unpaid taxes and insurance, and if she cannot come up with it, she stands to lose her home in Washington's Petworth neighborhood. I've cried a million nights wondering about what I'm going to do, Rayford, again, she's 92 years old, said. Across the nation, an increasing number of seniors are facing foreclosure after taking out reverse mortgages, either because they fell behind on property charges or failed to meet other requirements of the complex mortgage loans, according to the federal data and interviews with consumer and housing specialists. The Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, which insures most reverse mortgages in the country, says it lacks detailed data on how many homeowners have lost their homes or facing foreclosure in the program. Which, by the way, is a lie. They don't lack details on it. Which was launched in 1989 and covers about 636,000 loans. And NationStar, the lender on this case, declined for comment. No kidding. But a HUD report HUD, who doesn't have detailed data, issued a report that found that nearly 90,000 reverse mortgages held by seniors were at least 12 months behind in payment and taxes and insurance and were expected to end in, quote, involuntary termination. I don't think I want to be involuntarily terminated on anything. That's federal bureaucrat speak for we're going to shoot you in the face. Involuntary termination. Oh, my God, that's a scary phrase. In 2017. That's more than double the year before. Well, let me help you with this, folks. Okay, let me walk you through some numbers. There's 636,000 of these loans out there. 90,000 of them are in default, headed to foreclosure. That's 14% of the loans are failing. That's astro-freaking-nomical. Unbelievable 14% failure rate. Still, he said, reverse mortgages are a critical resource for seniors who wish to access their accumulated home equity and age in place. Thank you for the HUD spokesman for figuring this out. They have a completely failed loan program that is causing senior adults to lose their homes at an unbelievable record. But his answer is, it's a critical resource for seniors who wish to access their accumulated home equity and age in place. You sound like a lobbyist, dude. You don't sound like somebody that can add. Before 2015, the only thing homeowners ages 62 and older needed to qualify for a reverse mortgage was equity in their home. Lenders weren't required to determine whether they could afford to maintain their homes or cover the taxes and insurance payments in the future. Since homeowners used the funds to pay off the original mortgages or ran out of money after covering living expenses over many years, now HUD requires all borrowers to undergo a financial assessment. Wow! Before we give a mortgage, we actually do a financial assessment. You guys are rocket scientists. Unbelievable. Listen to this. Tens of thousands of troubled loans remain. More than 18% of reverse mortgage loans. Remember our earlier figure was 14 currently? More than 18% of reverse mortgage loans taken out from 2009 to 2016 are expected to go into default because of, that's 1 in 5, because of unpaid taxes and insurance, according to a HUD report. That compares with less than 3% of federally insured loans in the traditional mortgage market. So your typical FHA loan, about 3% of them go bad. 18% of these reverse mortgages are going bad. I told you these things sucked. Representatives of the National Reverse Mortgage Lenders Association declined for comment. Well, I would too. I'd run for the hills and hide behind the biggest bush I could find. Advocates of the loan, including celebrity spokesmen such as Tom Selleck and Henry Winkler, say reverse mortgages can help seniors enjoy their later years. No, they don't really say that. They read a script. Borrowers can receive, listen, here's the terms of reverse mortgage, in case you didn't know. Borrowers can receive 50% to 66% of the value of their equity, depending on their age and interest rate, and the interest rate generally set about 5%. Now, why do I tell you not to get reverse mortgages? Because you're going to lose your home potentially, because you get into all kinds of problems, and because the interest rates and the fees are a really bad ripoff. You ever heard me say that before? Okay, so let's hear what they just said. Interest rates are generally set about 5%. Do you know what the going rate on a 15-year fixed is today? A traditional mortgage, a HUD mortgage. Do you think it's 5%? Anybody out there? You think it's 5%? I get a report every morning. I'll tell you what it was this morning. 3 1/8. So you're paying almost double, you old people that are getting ripped off. Thank you, Tom Selleck and Henry Winkler. We appreciate your endorsement. You get the opportunity to pay double and potentially lose your house when you're 92. This is a dadgum mess, people. Unbelievable. For example, a 73-year-old with a home worth $100,000 and no current mortgage could receive a loan or a lump sum on monthly installments up to a line of credit for up to $57,900, not including closing costs, according to HUD. So you could take your $100,000 house and get $60,000 out of it and potentially lose it. Is anybody listening to this? Unbelievable. The Federal Consumer Finance Protection Bureau has long warned about deceptive advertising and reverse mortgages. In December, the federal agency fined 3 companies, American Advisors Group, Reverse Mortgage Solutions, and Aegean Financial, for alleged false claims, saying they told seniors with reverse mortgages that they would not have to make monthly payments or face foreclosure, omitting the risks of failing to pay property charges. These companies tricked consumers into believing they could not lose their homes with a reverse mortgage, said the Bureau director. The companies did not admit wrongdoing in settlements that required that they pay $790,000 in fees. One of the companies was American Advisors Group, which is where Tom Selleck says he speaks on behalf of them. Many older Americans are in a tough spot right now. Why not use a reverse mortgage to make sure you completely lose your home? Oh, no, that wasn't what he said. I put words in his mouth. Excuse me. Hey, guys. Telling you for years, reverse mortgages suck. There's all your details. Interest rates are double. The foreclosure rates are 8-fold. This is ridiculous. Answers the question. Run! This is the Dave Ramsey Show. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.
Portland, Maine is where Bryce joins us. Bryce, how can we help?
Hey, Ken and George, I appreciate you guys taking my call.
You bet. What's up?
So I bought a new car in July of 2021. I'm 18, still living at home with my parents, and I have around $20,000 left on that auto loan. My question is, I also do some reselling on the side with sneakers, so I have around $18,000 worth of collectible Nike and Jordan shoes.
Hold on. Whoa, slow down. I don't want to roll past that. You got a real shoe guy on the line with you, with me, and the Air Jordans. I mean, are these vintage or are these like newer? Explain this to me.
So I don't have many vintage ones. I have more of the like newer collaborations.
Yeah.
So the question was, do I sell them now and continue or pay it off in full, or do I let them build in value and continue to make the regular payments?
So are you collecting these or are you reselling?
So I do a bit of both. So basically, I'll try to get 2 or 3 pairs if I can, sell one, pay off the pair that I currently have.
Got it.
So I can kind of keep one and sell one and make my money, so I basically pay off the one that I'm holding on to.
Are you buying these shoes with cash?
No, I use a credit card.
Oh, he whispered it. Okay, Bryce.
I like this kid.
I think you're a real bright guy.
He whispered it.
You have an entrepreneurial spirit. Clearly, you're really good at this. But this thing is going to bite you in the butt if you're not careful.
Yeah, in fact, I got a question on that, George. Bryce, of the sneakers that you say are $18,000, are you carrying any debt on that $18,000 worth of sneakers?
No debt.
So right now you have $18,000 in value or liquid value of shoes, tennis shoes.
Correct.
And you owe $20 on the car.
Yes,
What kind of car is it?
It's a Honda Civic.
Okay.
George,
I'm a Honda Civic guy.
George, this is in your lane here.
All right, Bryce. Here's 2 options. One, you sell your entire shoe collection.
Yep.
That hurts, right?
Yeah.
Would you even be willing to do that? You called us asking, but are you willing to?
I would if I got, if I heard the right. I need some opinions. That's what I'm kind of.
Let me ask you an honest question. Why all of a sudden do you care about paying off debt?
I'm just I don't really like to carry debt. I always pay my credit cards off early when I can. I never make the minimum payment. I always pay them off in full. I just don't like debt.
So would you agree that
period.
becoming debt-free is the best thing you can do for Bryce right now at 18 years old?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, George, we're going to popcorn in and out here. I got to know, how much is the car worth, the Civic?
It's new or in the condition it's in right now.
Right now.
Did you mess it up?
It's a 2021. You said you bought it in the summer of 2021. You've been drag racing or what? What's the deal?
No. Just no.
What is it
I'm not
worth
that
today?
crazy.
I know, I'm kidding. What is it worth today if you sold it today?
Probably locally I could probably get around 24, 25 in
Dude,
the current
you know
market.
what?
I'd sell that.
I'm selling the car and driving a beater and keeping the shoe collection.
You're 18. You live with your parents. George is right. Because here's the other question I had. Do you want to stay in the sneaker business? I mean, do you know enough about it?
I know the market very well. I do this, I've been doing the sneakers since 15 to now, but I've been mainly doing retail stuff.
So you don't want
to.
So you don't want to do it long term.
No. If I can make a quick buck, I will. But
let me ask you this:
it's not something.
How much of the $18,000 shoe collection? Because you said part of it is you flip them for some money, the other part is true collector. So I'm going to engage your collector's heart. I'm just curious. Give me a round number, because you may not have thought through this. How many do you really want to keep? If you're going to sell some, but others you go, man, I really want to hold on to these just for truly being a collector and letting them go up in value from years and years from now. You got a number?
I have around 3 pairs that I absolutely really don't want to let go.
All right, how much are those worth?
I know that currently each of those are worth around $2,000 each.
So $6,000.
Right.
All right, George. All right, Bryce, I'm going to hand you to George. George, I got an idea. What if he sells every other shoe? All right, except those 3.
Which would be about $12,000 worth.
He's going to net 12.
Okay.
He sells the car. He thinks it's worth 25. Let's say he's right. He owes 20. Now he's got 17, and he's debt free, and he cuts the credit card.
So he sells the car for 25.
Sells it for 25.
He has 25. He pays off the 20.
He nets 5 on the car.
Plus the 12. That's 17.
Plus he's got 17 cash.
And you can get a better car than a beater.
Okay.
Much better than a beater, and
here's what I know about
no
Bryce.
debt.
He could get this collection back up and going in no time. I mean, if a 15-year-old can do this, 18-year-old Bryce is even better at it now.
George, tell him why the credit card is a stupid idea.
Bryce, you play with snakes, you're going to get bit. And you're a sharp dude. You don't need to do this with debt. You told me right now that you don't even like carrying debt, so why mess with it? When you have the cash, then it's pure profit at that point if you're buying and selling shoes.
Right.
And same with your car. You're making payments on something that's going down in value. A car loan is one of the stupidest decisions when it comes to debt you could make. And the truth is, I think you're an amazing, amazing, bright young dude. And you're going to crush it for the rest of your life if you can avoid debt. Which I know you can.
Bryce, you can do it with cash.
Also, 3 pairs of shoes worth $6,000.
Yeah, what are they?
That's what my last car cost me,
All
Ken.
right, stop it, George. What are the shoes, by the way? What are the shoes? The 3 pair.
So the 3 pairs, I have a pair of off-white Air Force Ones, the University Gold pair that released in Boston, and 2 pairs of Travis Scott Jordan 1s.
And those are each worth $2,000 each.
About that, and the sizes, yes.
What size you got, by the way? I'm just curious. Asking for a friend.
This might be the first time someone makes a deal live on the Ramsey Show.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm not going to pay you $2,000 for a pair of tennis shoes, man.
Oh, we can work something out. Trust me.
Oh, I am interested in the off-white Air Force Ones. We'll talk about it.
The shoe
on
world
the break.
hurts my brain.
Does it hurt your brain?
What happens if Travis Scott does something stupid and all of a sudden the shoes are worth $0 because no one wants to be associated with him?
Well, that's why I didn't ask about the Travis Scott ones. You make a very good point.
Right, Bryce?
But Michael Jordan's Michael Jordan, baby.
Sure.
Air Force Ones are Air Force Ones.
That's true.
All right, real quick before we let you go, young man, you're 18. Do you have an idea what you want to do? You dreaming about something?
No, I'm not too sure right now, honestly.
Are you in high school still?
No, I graduated in 21.
Are you taking a gap year?
I'm not sure about college right now.
Good man. All right. Hang on the line. I'm going to give you two things, all right? We're going to give you the Get Clear Career Assessment. It's a 20-minute online assessment, all right? And it's going to help you get some real clarity on some great ideas, but more importantly, a purpose statement based on your talent, things you do best, passion, work you love to do, and mission, results you want to create. And I'm also going to give you my best-selling book, From Paycheck to Purpose. Think of the Get Clear Career Assessment, Bryce, as a compass, and the book is kind of the guide up the mountain. Hang on the line. We're going to give you both of those. So Kelly will give him an assessment, Get Clear Career Assessment, and the book From Paycheck to Purpose. Boy, he's one of those kids that if he really listens to you on this whole debt thing, he's going to be wildly successful.
Because he has the foundation. He's got the principles down of how to do business.
Yeah.
Now we just have to do it without debt. So he's not calling back going, hey, I'm $200,000 in debt.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was going to make a huge profit off this get-rich-quick scheme.
Yeah. Kelly, ask him what the Ken Coleman deal would be for the Off-White Air Force Ones. We'll see. We'll see during the commercial break. We'll see. I think it's a little high price for me, George. I don't think it's in the envelope for this one.
Would you look cool in them? I don't know.
I think I would.
Well, I'll let Kelly decide that.
Oh.
So I have a question regarding my marriage. So legally, I've been married for 13 years, but it's been on and off for a while there. But lately, recently, within the last 3 years, I have been living a silent divorce with my husband as far as being emotionally, physically, financially detached from our marriage. So I have a roommate now.
Tell me about that. Tell me about that choice. Why have y'all chosen that world?
Because there's no more connection there.
I know, but like, there's kind of a thing in popular culture to say like our relationship ran its course. I just reject that. People at the end of the day, they stop, or one person just gets off the train and the other person can't keep going. But have y'all sat down and had this conversation, or have y'all just slowly let this thing go out to pasture? Like,
right.
That's
basically how it happened.
Okay.
We did not sit down for it. And I've particularly asked for divorce, but he said he's not signing anything. So we just live like this. The issue around all of this is what I'm just wondering, if it's even healthy to do this part here. I know it's not healthy for me, but from what I've been looking for spiritually is what they've been telling me, and what I've been, throughout my research, is that it's better for the kids to be at home and see both parents, even though we're living in the situation, versus being separated in different homes. That would be more harmful for them.
That doesn't even pass your smell test. You know that's not true, and you're repeating something you continue to hear. Do you think it's better for your child to walk home and see two people who say we are married, and your child is downloading into their nervous system and into their heart and mind and soul, this is what marriage, this is what love and compassion and till death do us part looks like?
I know. No, I don't agree with it, but this is what...
I know people are going to say what they're going to say.
No, well, not necessarily. It's like, the Bible says, once you get married, you're married for life. That's it.
Your husband left you. And I'm saying this with all love in my heart. He left you. He just won't leave the house.
Well, I wish he would.
I know, but he left you.
We both did. Mm-hmm.
Then you both left each other. And so what you're doing is you're playing legal semantics with the Bible. Stop.
Stop. I can't make someone sign. You know what I mean? It's like that's...
There can be a no-fault divorce, and the judge will make you sell your house and property and divide it up. And he will get whatever part is his, and you will get whatever part is yours, and you will go on about the life y'all have created for yourself. But both of you are making a choice every single day. And I hate to be so direct, but that's the truth. And what I think is you're living a life as a divorced person. That's the word you gave me.
Right. Well, that's what I...
So you've already violated this biblical contract you're trying to stay true to. You've already done it.
Plus, most contract. Can I just say the heart of a contract is the heart of the matter? Like when you get married, the piece of paper is a legality, but it's more about you're saying I'm in commitment and covenant with this person. It's the heart. That's really what is the marriage. Like if we're talking about things from really like this biblical perspective, it's that commitment. But you guys have long since detached from that. So it's not about the legal piece of paper. That's not.
Are you telling me the reconciliation's over? That he won't sit down and say, okay, we've chosen to build this life and now we can choose to build something else?
No, it's definitely over. But again, it's more towards what's going to be more, like a word, what is just going to be more, I don't know, healthier maybe?
You're so far, like, ma'am, you're so far past health. You're so far past that. And I know that's hard because you're living in it. You've been living in it for 36 months. You're so far past health. A healthy mother and a healthy dad, that's the greatest gift for your kids. And
it doesn't matter, rather if it's the same household or not. Regardless, if they're going to be wonderful, productive people of society, it just doesn't matter, whether it's the same household or not. That's just the bottom line.
No, it's a straw man. So people ask me on my show all the time. The question is, oh, should we stay together for the kids? No, fix your marriage for the kids. Like it's a false dichotomy. Like fix your marriage for yourselves, and then out of that repair, your kids get to see two people that got really distant, but they made a covenant, and they came back together. Mm. And if both of you refuse to do that, yes, then your house becomes cancer. Stop. But it's not just for your kid; it's for you too, and for your husband.
Can I ask a question? Are you guys living together peacefully, or is this like the worst?
No. I mean, we're fine.
So you're living together peacefully. Can I ask another question? Was there like a catalyst? Like, was there a moment that it was like, that's it? Like, did somebody cheat? Was there that big blow up moment, or did this just slowly erode over time?
It's like I said in the beginning. So, in the beginning of our marriage has been on and off because I had a child previously. Mm-hmm. And supposedly he was going to, love my child and everything. And just throughout the years, I realized, no, he resents her a lot. And because of that, it's just, it just turned me off completely. That.
So you left him?
No, we're still in the same home.
No. But for all practical matters, you left him.
Right.
Okay. Then call a spade a spade.
Yeah, I can't get that love back. It's just
no, that's not true. You're choosing not to, and that's okay. You can make that choice.
No. Okay.
You can make if you're done, you're done. You're done. You're done. I don't. Again, I don't want that to be the case. But I also understand if y'all both made a choice, and let's make a choice, and let's go ahead and call what we're doing what it actually is we're doing. This idea of a silent divorce, it's like all hipster and cool, man. You are untethered inside your own home, so you begin to come home and you don't know who or what the energy in this home is going to be. It's not safe for anybody. It's not good. Be adults and let's sit across the table and let's say, if we've made this choice to end this, then we're going to do the right thing, the next right thing. If there's any chance we can choose to come back together, let's make that choice and let's fight like hell to save this marriage. But y'all get to make that choice.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.